Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show, and of course, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Remember to follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy 22, and don't forget the YouTube channel. I need you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, become an active member, and all you have to do is go to Open Mic Broadcast Network, OPEN, capital MIC. That's all one word, Broadcast Network. Join today, never miss an episode. As you know, Prairie View has just recently secured a coach's position with Eric Dooley, and there was a name that was running around hot on the circuit. And through the aid of some good people that listen to the show on a regular basis, we were able to secure the one and only Heavenly Hempstead's finest, Brother Johnny Holland. He's joined us today. How you doing, Coach Holland?
I'm doing great, Mike. Thanks for having me on your show, man.
Well, look, thank you for being a part of it. You're doing some great things. You guys are turning things around in that Frisco Bay area. Don't think, Garoppolo might be getting the headlines, but people are paying attention to what you're doing with that linebackers crew. If you bring us up to speed on how that's unfolding real quick, then we can jump right on ahead.
We finished up strong at the end, and overall during the season, we played pretty sound during the season. Early in the year, we lost 5 games by 3 points. The last 2 overtime games that we had a chance to win, and defensively, by adding Reuben Foster, and a lot of rookies stepped up, and Coach Reuben Foster was a treat. He's an outstanding linebacker. That's an excellent hitter, and he brought a lot of spark to our defense, and he finished up strong with a strong year. And from where he came from, with going through the draft process and, being the 31st pick in the draft, that he really showed that he belongs, played at a Pro Bowl level.
Coach, you've had an outstanding player's career. In most cases, not all cases, but in most cases, a guy who has major success on the field has a hard time trying to reteach that, i.e. coach that. You're part of the original wrecking crew at Texas A&M, where people are still talking about how outstanding you guys were and what a threat you were. Go back to your wrecking crew days and lead us up to what got your coaching bug started off.
Well, for me, actually, I started out at Texas A&M as a quarterback. Ended up moving to safety my sophomore year, and my freshman year moving to safety, and ended up my sophomore year playing linebacker. And I was fortunate to have some coaches that was really patient with me and taught me how to play position. R.C. Sorkin was one of my coaches on the staff there. He was a great teacher and taught me some skills to play the position and not ever playing linebacker, and we developed an attitude with our defense and more our team with Jackie Sherrill that we was going to be a wrecking crew, relentless defense, and just all out, all gas, no breaks to the ball, and cause havoc when we get there. And we developed that attitude and developed a culture that it carried on for years.
And so with that being said, you're transitioning over to the linebacker's position, which has got to speak of your athleticism. When you began to realize that you had a real shot at the NFL, when did that start lining up with you in your reality that this could be something that could change my life for the rest of my life?
Well, I know as a young kid growing up, everybody had aspirations to be an NFL player, basketball player, and I really was going to college, kind of following in my family footsteps. They got a lot of electrical engineers in my family that went to Prairie View, and so my mindset was to go to A&M, get an engineering degree, and go on in life and work. But my junior year, we played a national televised game, opening game of the season against Alabama, and they had a All-American linebacker named Cornelius Bennett. And I remember that game, I had like 18 tackles, and we ended up losing the game. And I made defensive player of the game, and it kind of rolled from there. That I developed some skill sets, got better as the year went on, and my junior year I made first team All-American, and got a chance to be on the Bob Hope show and everything. After that point, I realized that, man, I may have the potential and athletic ability to play pro football. And so, and it happened. I got better and had some great coaches along the way, and ended up being a second-round draft pick to the Green Bay Packers.
Well, you know, you kind of dated yourself and me as well when you said the Bob Hope show. Well, I can remember when all Americans were coming. Somebody said, "Who the heck is Bob Hope?" Just Google them, you all, and you'll find out who we're talking about. Speaking right now with Johnny Holland, current linebackers coach for the San Francisco 49ers, a legend from Texas A&M. Now, one thing I was teasing with you about, man, you got to talk to the people from the NFL. You were not from Belleville, Texas. You are from Hempstead, heavenly Hempstead, Texas, man. And you got to get them straight on that, Brother Johnny.
No doubt. They keep putting that on my resume, but actually I was born in Belleville Hospital, and that's the only time I really spent in Belleville from the hospital to home. And actually I grew up in Hempstead, Texas. So my childhood, high school career, all was in Hempstead, Texas.
Well, you know, it's very intriguing on how Hempstead has consistently been able to get young men from such a small community to advance to Power 5 college football and even to some extent the professional ranks. Harvey Williams, Tolliver, and now, well, not that he is from Hempstead, but from Sealy, Texas, young man Jones in with the Arizona Cardinals. But is there something in the water in Hempstead, man, or what is it that has this untapped resource being able to blossom in such difficult odds?
Well, I refer back. It's a tight-knit community and a sports community. Just growing up, sports was huge in Hempstead and that whole county. That the competition was there. And I imagine a lot of kids in Hempstead they're not playing sports growing up thinking that they're going to leave a small town and play pro football or pro basketball. But we grew up, man, just having a dream and had some great coaches along the way. I had a high school coach named Robert Kinney that had been involved with a little pro football. And I remember he told me about my junior year in high school that, son, if you keep working and keep developing, you'll have a chance to play college football and possibly have a chance to play pro football. And so he was a big influence on a lot of guys that came through during that era of developing them and having the mindset that, hey, no matter where you're from, that if you're a great athlete and show your skills and consistent with it, you would have a chance.
Now, of course, Robert Kinney was a longtime Prairie View resident and a one-time member of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and
no doubt.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, and there are a lot of hidden nuggets and legacies in the little nestle that they call Waller County, Texas, in particular Hempstead and Prairie View. So it's no surprise to those who know, but when people come out, that's why we're getting back to those publicists from the NFL. You got to put Hempstead in the proper map challenges and let them know, get that Belleville stuff off of there and let it be known that it's Hempstead.
No doubt. I'm Hempstead born and raised.
Yes, sir. Now, let's transition a little bit. Johnny, you've had some coaching stint, most of it in the NFL. You had a little stint in the Canadian League, and right now your current position is at linebackers coach with the San Francisco 49ers. For people to transition into coaching, there are a lot of moving parts that people don't quite seem to know what's happening. Can you kind of bring us to light on what it's like in that world of coaching?
Well, it's a very competitive business in coaching, and really when I got done playing, I had a neck injury my 7th year playing, and set out a year and really didn't know for sure what I wanted to do. And probably the other thing from my mind was coaching. But my last couple of years playing, I had some great influence for some coaches that coached me, like Ray Rhodes and Sherm Lewis, Mike Holmgren, that really got me interested in coaching. And so when the opportunity came, I had a chance to go back to Green Bay and be a quality control coach, which is kind of the bottom of the barrel of coaching. And I worked my way up. I was special team coach one year, and then ended up being a linebacker coach there in Green Bay. And And through that process, we won a Super Bowl and was NFC champs a couple of times and went back to the Super Bowl. So my first 4 or 5 years of coaching was a great experience of winning, and I really got addicted to it and had a love for it. And the biggest part I liked about it was to teach young men, develop them and being elite athletes at their position, and also having an impact on their lives after football. You know, as NFL players, there's a huge growth from playing to transitioning into life after football, and I think coaches could have a huge impact on those NFL players.
Now, I'm on record for saying coaching the NFL and coaching collegiate, especially today's student athlete, is like night and day. Is that safe to assume?
You know, I wouldn't say so. I never coached college before, and but I've been around a lot of college players, and a lot of players now in the NFL, they're 21, 22 years old, and the only difference is they get paid to do a job, and they're still like college players. You know, the game has changed a lot for us, the age of players, but these kids are young kids now, and they're trying to find their way in life, and but they're at the highest level of their competition, and they're still competing. In college football, I think the same way. You get 18-year-olds that's transitioning to a new era in their life that you have to develop, and that's the same thing in the NFL. I don't think there's a huge difference. I think the difference is that these players get paid to play, and it's a job for them more than just going to school and being a student athlete.
Now, it's no doubt that at least 3 or 4 years ago that you were one of the candidates for the Prairie View job. And do you think, when you look back, that if the college experience that's not shown up, do you think that has any checks and balances as far as being able to get opportunities to coach on a collegiate level?
I don't know for sure, and I know even when I interviewed there, I want to let them know that I don't know a lot about the college football. I know a professional way of playing football at the highest level and what it takes to win and develop athletes. I know that, and I know that with my process, I felt like in my blueprint that I thought that we would have a lot of success with players at Prairie View developing student athletes. And I've been a college student, and I deal with a lot of college players coming into the NFL, and I deal with a lot of college trying to find NFL players. So I got a great idea of what it takes and to be a student athlete and be the best at your position.
We're speaking right now with Coach Johnny Holland of the San Francisco 49ers, long-time success on and off the field in the NFL ranks. And right now we're just kind of talking about the different avenues of coaching. Now, Coach, you got some people that they only look at people on how they look on paper. And I'm pretty sure you know that there have been some jobs that I've applied for where I know that I qualify, but sometimes they look at how you appear on paper and they assume in their own minds. Would you, to answer critics, would you think it would benefit you to take a job on, and it's a two-part, it's almost a trick question in my opinion, because bottom line is going to always be the bottom line. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. But I'm going to get back to that in just a little bit. But do you think, as far as you cracking or busting through that door, do you think it would be beneficial to you to land a head coaching job, to take on a job as an offense or defensive coordinator on a collegiate level, to be, I guess, strongly considered for the next position, which would be head coach?
Well, I think first thing when they see a resume like mine, they really think you overqualified for the position. And but for me, it's not about money. It's not about prestige. For me, it's about giving and helping. I know for me, the Prairie coaching deal came up, and one reason I was really interested in it at the time was that my whole family went to Prairie View. Matter of fact, I went to Prairie View in the summer when I was at Texas A&M to take classes. And I grew up in the community, going to the summer camps there, going to the gym, play basketball there at night with my brothers. And I have a sister that's over the Dean of Engineering at Prairie View, Dr. Billman. My kids went to school there. My son graduated from Prairie View, actually. And so I got a lot of ties to Prairie View, and I definitely wouldn't want to do that job because of, how much money I can make or what the contract's going to be like. I want to do it because I want to give back. I want to see Prairie View have a successful athletic program and a football program, and they deserve to win. And I think, behind the coaches that they have over me, I thought they did an excellent job. And Coach Dooley, I think he's going to do an outstanding job there. And I just wanted them to know any way I can help out, I would love to help. And I have a successful career plan and coaching, and it's not about the money. It's about helping.
It's about helping. Being my brother's keeper, if that's the word.
No doubt.
Getting ready for your off season. For those who might not be familiar, we know playoffs are coming up, and I don't know if you're allowed to give your predictions or not. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But with the off season comes up, you've had your exit meetings, I'm assuming, for your teams. So what's the next thing for Coach Holland as he gets his linebacker cores together?
Well, of course, we'll go back and evaluate our season, see how did we do with our scheme, and how can we get better at each position, and then we'll have an idea of what we need to look for in free agency and then the draft, and go from there. But this is a time where you get a little time off. We get a couple of weeks off here, and then we get back to work, and then we got to get ready for all-season programs, and our players come back to town usually around the end of March, 1st of April or so, and get started with the off-season program. So it gets pretty busy, get some downtime now after a busy season. We look forward to some downtime, and hopefully next year, this time, we're getting ready for a playoff game. But we got to do some evaluation, see how can we get better and improve our team.
Well, the stock is rising. You got a quarterback who, a little issue just came out where they're saying that he was forced out, but no matter the doubt, he helped improve upsurge in 49ers program. But now you get to become a fan, and the playoffs are kicking off here. Who do you see rising from the NFC and the AFC, and why?
Well, New England always have a chance because they have an elite quarterback, and Pittsburgh, they're consistently a good football team, and they have a quarterback that's able to win games, and so I'm rooting for Pittsburgh. I'm a Mike Tomlin fan, and they have a good football team. I think when they're healthy, they will have a chance. And also from the NFC, I think the LA Rams are a hot team right now. They got a great quarterback, young quarterback that's playing well. Their running back, Gurley, is a MVP caliber running back, and their defense is playing good. So they're a new team. They have nothing to lose, and they gonna have a chance. I'm picking the Rams.
You picking the Rams. So if I'm hearing you, we're going to have a reincarnation of the 1979 Super Bowl between the Steelers and the Rams.
Oh, that would be great, Dad. I love to see new teams have an opportunity to play in the Super Bowl and get a new champion sometime.
Okay, well, it sounds like you rooting for the Rams now, brother.
Yeah, well, they're in our conference too, so I'm rooting for our conference teams to go all the way.
Okay, well, I got a personal vendetta against the Los Angeles Rams. I'm from St. Louis, brother, and you held my old city hostage, and then you pull the carpet from underneath them, and then you go out and you have this stellar year after we supported them for 20 years of mediocrity at its best. And now, I'm a little disappointed in you, brother Johnny. And we were doing so well until you said that you was pulling for the Los Angeles Rams. But I'm gonna put my personal feelings aside. Coach, I want to thank you so much, and I want to give you an opportunity to give some closing thoughts and comments as we end this segment.
Yeah, Mike. Hey, it was great being on the show, and I'm a true fan of Texas football, true fan of Prairie View, and I just hope Coach really the best, and I think he'll do a great job. I got some friends that coach on the staff, and I just hope him much success, man. And I'm looking forward to getting back down to Texas and visiting, and always good to be in the community, to get retired to the community and down south.
All right, brother Johnny Holland of the San Francisco 49ers, Hempstead legend, Texas A&M legend, and who knows what the future will hold. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.